gentlemen. He specifically said gentlemen because there were no ladies, no girls in this class. He said, gentlemen, now I hope you have sound knowledge about light. I hope you don't take sound lightly. Yes, sir, I'm one of your students who has taken sound seriously, and today I'm managing a company with acoustic works. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Good morning. I'm JP Premlal in the mechanical B section in 1981 batch. Right after mechanical, I went over to a factory to look at the machines and things and worked around my way as a maintenance engineer for about 9 years. Got monotonous and went into the commercial side of business, taking technology to the world. I entered the water treatment industry, and I currently do desalination and I take technologies of all types of water treatment throughout the Middle East. That's it. It's been a great day today. It brought back many memories. Last evening, we were walking around having a drink with the friends, and I hope to have some time. And I leave tomorrow, so I have some more time to have all that fun. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Govind Menon, 1981 ENC batch. After completing in 81, I spent about 22 years in the IT industry, covering various aspects, hardware, software, consulting, everything. I sort of stepped off the corporate treadmill and started a human resource consulting company of my own, focusing on IT, and that's what I'm doing currently. It's really great to be back here, to meet the same old faces, to visit the old places we used to haunt, and it's really been a roller coaster ride of emotions and nostalgia. Thank you.
Good morning to all. My name is Sabu Jose. I passed out in 81 in ENC batch. After my graduation, I joined BPCL Kochi Refinery. Even still, I am working with them. And I am in charge of instrument maintenance in BPCL Kochi. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Verghese Abraham. From 1981, I joined the BPL group. I was with BPL Limited, joined as a trainee engineer in the production, then moved on to after sales, then came into sales and marketing. I was a regional manager for the South. Then finally, 2004, as a DGM, I came out of the company and started my own. And I'm a director of a company known as Seva 2G Utilities Private Limited, which is in Coimbatore, doing consumer durable distribution. I hails from Cochin. I've got 2 children. The elder one is married. I think I was the first to get married in the group, and then get away. My daughter married off the first, and the second. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'm Matthew KM. I was in 81 Mechanical A batch. I was working with Mukund Iron and Steel Limited, Bombay for 15 years after my graduation. And I left that job in 95 and now settled down in Coimbatore. I do my own business. I do some marketing for a foreign company. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Natarajan. I was in the electronics and communications branch. After passing out from MIT, I joined a company in Cochin, which sent me off to Bombay. And whatever I learned in MIT, like what Padhu said, more than what we learned a lot of other things, which I was able to put to good use in Bombay. And I was really successful. I joined a lot of other companies, mostly in the private sector in Bombay, which brought me back to Bangalore. Now I work for a Korean company. While I was in Bombay, I did my MBA from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. And right now I'm working for a Korean company as the country manager for India. I'm very happy to be here, meeting all my good friends, old friends. And in fact, yesterday while coming to Manipal from Bangalore, I was telling Padhu that we should make this as a biennial event. At least, if not possible every year, we should make it at least a possibility that once in 2 years or at least once in 3 years, we should be able to come to Manipal so that we will be able to catch up once again. Thanks.
Thanks, Natarajan. We'll discuss that seriously among all of us separately. Let's see how we can work on that. Alex?
Yes. Good morning. I'm 81 Electrical Power. I'm Alex Thomas. And after my graduation, I'm doing my own business in real estate and construction field. Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. My name is Saji Matthew George. I was 81 batch of electrical. So I'm presently, for the last, this is a footstep for me. Actually, what I'm telling this MIT, because of MIT, I am working as a Vice President Engineering of Aditya Birla Group. For the last 22 years, I am working with them. And presently, I'm looking after Indonesian projects. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll continue with the introductions since one of the dignitaries is running short on time and is committed elsewhere. So let me quickly wind up with what I'm supposed to be delivering to you guys. And I think the best part of the delivery is for all of us to understand what we are all doing. So with that, I could probably hand over to Mr. Bhatt.
Yeah. Sir, it is a protocol to introduce any person before we go on speaking. I thought Mr. Gopi Padmanabhan doesn't require any introduction. Yeah. So to maintain that protocol, I just give a brief introduction of Mr. Gopinathan. Mr. Gopi Padmanabhan. He passed out in 81. He worked with KSB Pumps in Values Division in various capacities. Quit as Head of Engineering Global Competence. He was there for 10 years. Worked with Emerson Electric in Fisher Control Value Division in various capacities. And finally, member of faculty in Technical Training Asia Pacific, Singapore. Currently, he is the Director of Common Purpose in an organization involved in leadership and development. He is happily married, have one son and one daughter, and his wife is a travel trade executive. So now it is time to get the speech by our chief guest, Dr. Vinod Bhatt. Dr. Vinod Bhatt, our chief guest of today's function, is known for his able administrative capabilities, uprightness, and straightforwardness. He has been responsible over the years for Manipal University to tie with many foreign universities of repute in the field of medical, engineering, and other disciplines. He's also responsible for attracting students from 52 nations. Center of European Studies, which has started its operation recently, happens to be his brainchild. Dr. Vinod Bhatt, after joining KMC in 1988, served as lecturer in the Department of Community Medicine at KMC, Manipal, and then as assistant professor, associate professor, additional professor, professor, and head of the Department of Community Medicine in the same college. He was the chief medical officer of Dr. T.M.A. Pai Rotary Hospital, Karkala, from 1988 to 2003, and has served as the chief operating officer of Kasturiba Hospital, Manipal, in 2003-2004. He was the registrar of Manipal University from the 2005-2008. Dr. Bhatt has rich experience in research and service projects. He has worked in various capacities as project medical officer, principal investigator, project coordinator for various projects, including those supported by USAID, NACO, and World Health Organization, etc. He is also involved in fundraising activities for the healthcare related humanitarian projects of Manipal University. He was responsible for starting the ophthalmic extension at Karkala Hospital. He is a recipient of Fogarty International Center's Fellowship for attending the Summer Institute at University of Alabama, Birmingham, USA in July-August 2004. He was confirmed with the FRCP from Glasgow University in the year 2008. Dr. Bhatt, as I mentioned earlier, is presently Registrar International Programs and Executive Director Planning at the Manipal University. With these few words, I'm presenting you before our chief guest, Dr. Vinod Bhatt.
Graduating batch of 1981, all of this. It's my privilege to be here this Sunday morning, to be in your midst. When I got this invite sometime back, Professor Jagannathan requested me if I can be a part of this celebration. I was thinking, what is it that I have in common with batch of 81 from MIT, Manipal? I'm not an engineer like you. I'm not a global leader like you. But I thought MIT and this batch wanted a university representative just to tell them about what has happened in Manipal and Manipal University since you left Manipal and were finding your way around the world. But I found one more connect, that is that I'm also a 1981 pass out from some other university in some other school. So it makes us contemporaries, at least in age. I'm not too sure because going by what the earlier speakers said, it's a passing out batch of 81. It's not entry batch of 81. Well, I think you have heard Gopi about his experiences, and I think more will follow as the day unwinds. You'll find people getting nostalgic, emotional, there'll be tears to be shed. That's what Manipal does. I think that's what every institute does for returning graduates. You come back to this institute after several years, and in this instance, after 28 years, you find the changes. More than that, you find things some which have not changed, like your teachers, your departments. And you find that some things change, some things don't. You know, all those mixed feelings, emotions, that's what it makes. Well, Manipal has changed, that's for sure. When you were here in 1981 or were just about to leave the portals of the institution, Manipal housed 5 schools. MIT was the largest school at that time. KMC, Kasturba Medical College, was here. The School of Nursing was here, not yet a college. College of Pharmaceutical Sciences was here. And College of Dental Surgery was here. There were 5 institutes in Manipal back in 1981. Then, of course, other schools of MGM and other things, but not connected with the professional education. From then till now, we have added 10 more institutions in Manipal. So we have doubled, more than doubled, we have tripled our presence of institutions on this hill in the last 28 years. More than that, I think what we have added is capacity. Engineering school has become 4 times as big as it used to be. Medical school has become 3 times bigger. The pharmacy school has become 3 times bigger. College of Nursing has become 6 times bigger. And dental school has become twice as big. So that's, we have added capacity to those existing schools, and we have increased the number of schools in Manipal. 93 was a watershed year for Manipal Group because that's when some of these institutions came under the ambit of Manipal University, at that time called as Manipal Academy of Higher Education. In the first round of inclusions, MIT was not there for technical reasons, but KMC, both at Manipal and Mangalore, and then the 2 dental colleges at Manipal and Mangalore, and nursing schools were there. There were 5 colleges which were in the university when we first started in 93. 99, MIT came under the folds of the university. So that was another major year for MIT when it moved from the foundation to the under the wings of the university. And that brought in a whole new change to the outlook of MIT. So that, I think, was the beginning of the change for MIT, both in terms of capacity, in terms of reach, in terms of extension of streams and specialities, and in terms of international collaborations. So that was the beginning. And today I'm happy to say that we have spread our wings outside of Manipal as well. We house 3 institutions in Mangalore, 2 institutions in Bangalore. We have a campus in Dubai, in Malaysia, and we have recently acquired a university in Antigua, very close to Vivian Richards' house. And we have a medical school in Nepal, a medical college and an engineering college in Sikkim. So if you look at the width and the range of services, educational services and offerings of the Manipal Group, and not just the university, at any given point of time, including the distance education, there are close to 200,000 students studying with us. So we have 3 engineering schools in 3 different locations, Manipal, then Dubai and Sikkim. We have the charter to start an engineering school in Jaipur, and we are looking at prospects of starting a few other possible schools elsewhere in the country. Well, in terms of international collaborations, I think we have tied up with some interesting universities. I wouldn't say they are the best in the world. We don't have a Johns Hopkins, we don't have a Harvard or a Stanford in our list of signed universities, but our students, I think as a matter of choice and right, find their way into some of these best universities for their masters and for their PhD programs as well. And we have signed with several universities in Holland and some of the best in continental Europe, in Australia, in UK, and of course in the US. Well, that's where Manipal has come. I think I've also shown you where it intends to go. The mandate from the board for Manipal University is very clear. We have to grow both in size, and I think that is the mantra that all of us understand. The engine that drives this is your scalability. And second, of course, is in improving the quality. So this is a must. We cannot compromise on quality just by giving an excuse that we are growing too big, too fast, and we are spreading too thin. That's not an excuse anymore. So quality has to be maintained at all levels and at all times. That has changed. I think you have a 40% girls, of the students as girls on this campus. That has changed entirely. So no longer you find turf wars between KMC and MIT students over what they think as common property. But you find that the attitude of students also has changed. You don't find students going to the bars as frequently as they used to in 1981. Let me tell you what students do in the evenings these days. I know a bunch of students here, and it was mentioned in that film about IST, an international agency for running students' exchange for technical experience. And MIT students do it for the country from Manipal. It's a secretariat run by 18 students, which has a 19-year-old CEO, 18-year-old CFO. It has a web developer who is all of 18 years. It has 2 18 and 19-year-olds who bring in students from about 100 countries of the world and who send their students to 100 countries of the world. They run it as a corporate. This is what the students do after evenings. This is what they do on weekends. And some of them are here during vacation working. So I think the attitude has changed. Well, I'm not saying that what you did was wrong. Nor am I saying that what their students doing today is the right thing to do. Well, I think all I'm saying is that I have been a witness to that change. And I'm very proud of these boys. I have found a boy here on campus, and extremely brilliant. I think he's written already 3 or 4 books which are in circulation, not widely read, but highly technical books, which are, I think we can see them on the net. And I asked this boy, what is your intention? Or what do you want to do in life? He said, I want to work out of home for 4 companies, and starting at 20 years. So now look at this boy. He wants to convert his house into a home office and then work for 4 companies, getting 4 times the salary, perhaps retire at 30 years. So it's all